All right. Court's on the record, Commerce City Municipal Court for the afternoon session of August 4th of 2021. For the people that are on Zoom, please leave your devices on mute. I will tell you to unmute when I'm ready to call your case. For the people in the courtroom, when I call your name, I'm going to direct you to come forward to one of the three stations. While you are there, I need you to speak loudly and clearly. One of my responsibilities today is to make sure that everything that you say gets properly recorded. After you're done, I'll direct you to see my clerks in the lobby. Their windows are located to the left once you've exited through the double doors at the rear of the courtroom. Let's start with Nathaniel Perez. If you would come to station number 1, please. Good afternoon. All right, first I have a request to set aside the default that entered when you failed to appear on July 29th of 2021. The city attorney has no objection, so I'm going to go ahead and vacate that default and grant your request. All right, the second document I have says that if you plead guilty to the original charge of driving in an unsafe vehicle and attending the Live at 25 class, the city attorney will dismiss the careless driving charge against you. Now, actually, I take it back. He says that if you plead guilty to the careless driving charge, a 4-point violation, and take the Live at 25 class, he'll dismiss the unsafe vehicle charge. So this would be a 4-point violation. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today? Yeah, you don't need to bend over. Just put the mask back up and talk as if you're talking to me all the way up here, and we'll be fine. Right, it's called the Live at 25 class. He says that if you plead guilty to the careless driving charge, he will dismiss the unsafe vehicle charge, and you've agreed to do an Live at 25 class. That's what he wrote down. So is this what you want to do? You'll have 4 points assessed against you. Okay, is this what you want to do? All right, did you watch the advisement of rights video? Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this charge, you're waiving all of those rights that I advised you of in that video? Well, no, you could plead not guilty, schedule your case for trial. I don't know, I'm not part of your discussion with the prosecutor. He hands me this paper because he says that you and he have worked this out as an agreement. Okay, so again, do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this charge, you're waiving all of those rights that I advised you of in the video? Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this charge against your will? Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? Then to the charge of driving a defective vehicle, to the charge of engaging in careless driving on June 22nd of 2021 at 9:36 in the morning in the area of 60th and Highway 85, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty? I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you? How long have you been driving in Colorado? Okay, so this is your only ticket here? Okay. Let me look. There's got to be an accident. Yep, there is. Give me a second. Let me look at this report. All right. Your scheduled fine in this case is $240. I'm going to impose the $240, but I'm going to suspend $140 of it because I'm going to order that you do the Alive at 25. That's the driving class. There's going to be court costs and surcharges with the non-suspended portion of the fine, the $100 fine plus surcharges and court costs. So when you go to the windows in the lobby, my clerks are going to work out the payment arrangements for the part of the fine that I did not suspend. They'll give you a referral to the people that put on the driving class. They'll give you a deadline. It's important that you contact those people right away so that you can get the class scheduled and then done before that deadline. It's your responsibility to turn in that certificate of completion to my court on or before the deadline. Make 2 copies of it. One, send in to your insurance agent. Because of your age, you never know. They might give you a discount for doing a driving class. The other one, hold on to just in case you ever need to prove to DMV that you took the driving class. So original for the court, copy for your insurance agent, copy for DMV just in case. Do you have any questions? My clerks will give you a deadline. It'll be in about 6 weeks. It's going to be on the paperwork they give you. Any other questions? Okay, go to the windows in the lobby, see my clerk. Okay. Amratpal Singh, if you would come to station number 2, please. The lectern right in the middle. Good afternoon. I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of speeding 55 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone, that's a 4-point violation under Colorado law, the city attorney will dismiss the original speeding charge against you. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today? Did you watch the advisement of rights video? Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving all of those rights that I advised you of in that video? Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will? Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? Then to the added reduced charge of speeding 55 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone, a 4-point violation on July 4th of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty? I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you? Okay, your scheduled fine is $200 because of how fast over the speed limit you were going. I'm going to take your plea bargain into consideration and reduce your fine to $140 plus surcharges plus court costs. When you go to the windows in the lobby to see my clerks, they will tell you the total, and if you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan for you. Do you have any questions? Okay, be more aware of the speed limits. That's way too fast. Do you understand that? All right, go to the window, see my clerk. right. Linda Tufford, if you would unmute your device, please. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of driving a defective vehicle, this is a 2-point violation. The city attorney will dismiss the original charge against you from May 26th of 2021 at 11:41 in the morning in the area of the 7400 block of Brighton Boulevard here in Commerce City. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes.
Did you watch the advisement of rights video?
Yes.
Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving all of those rights that I advised you of in that video?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will?
No.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications
No.
that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No.
Then to the added reduced charge of driving a defective vehicle, a 2-point violation on May 26th of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'll accept your guilty plea. Give me just a moment. All right. Anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
No.
Okay. I'm assuming people waved you across to allow you to cross where the traffic was backed up?
Well, it was green. The light was green when I was going across. The first person I made sure was looking at me, and he nodded that I could go in front of him, and there was nobody in the second lane. I started proceeding, and then I saw the white coming at me. So I put on my brakes. I braced myself and hoped I wasn't too far out, and that's when he hit me.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, if the traffic is backed up and there's no way through, and when their light turns green, they're going to have the right-of-way. It's just one of those things where you have to make sure both lanes are at a stop before you go through.
They were.
No, they weren't, because otherwise.
Well, he wasn't waiting for me. He must have thought, oh, it's green. I'm going to speed up because everybody else has stopped. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, he has the right-of-way. All right.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like anyone was injured.
No.
Okay. How long have you been driving in Colorado?
My whole life.
I'm showing that at least in the past 11 years since the last time DMV updated the record for minor offenses, it doesn't look like you've had one. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Your scheduled fine in this case is $160. I have to give you an aggravated fine because of the collision itself, and I'm going to reduce your fine to $100 plus surcharges plus court costs. When you leave the meeting, my clerks are going to reach out to you by email either later today or sometime tomorrow. They'll tell you what the total is, and if you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan for you. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, then you can go ahead and leave the meeting. Just keep an eye out for that email, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wait, so is this person here or Zoom? Here? No, they were thrown away. All right. Samuel Nettles, if you would come to station number 1 here, right in front of me. Good afternoon. It is afternoon. Okay, I've got a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, that's a 3-point violation, the city attorney will dismiss the original speeding charge from May 29th of 2021 at about 1:30 in the afternoon, 1:30 in the morning, in the area of 73rd and Highway 2 here in Commerce City. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today? Did you watch the advisement of rights video? Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving all of those rights that I advised you of in the video? Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will? Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? All right, then I will accept your guilty plea. Then to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, a 3-point violation on May 29th of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty? Now I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you? Okay, well, noting where you live, you got to know the old part of town, Highway 2 is a 35, and then it becomes a 45 on the north end of town. And you would have gotten a ticket there, too, as fast as you were going. Give me one moment, please. All right, your driving record shows a ticket from here in Commerce City. Oh, no, that's interesting. No, nothing in aggravation. All right, never mind. Was there anything you wanted me to consider before I imposed the sentence against you? Okay, well, for my purposes, again, just slow down. All right. Your schedule fine's $160. Again, there's nothing in aggravation on your driving record. I'm going to reduce your fine down to $120, plus surcharges, plus court costs. When you go to the windows in the lobby and see my clerks, they will tell you the total. If you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan for you. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right. Brittany Rodriguez, if you would unmute your device, please.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of driving a defective vehicle, that's a 2-point violation. The city attorney will dismiss both of the original charges against you. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes.
Okay, do you have a camera or no?
No.
Okay, you don't have a camera on your computer?
No.
Okay, I need you to state your full name for me then.
Brittany Rodriguez Angel.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm just verifying that I have the right person on the phone.
Okay.
All right. So is this what you want to do, is plead guilty to the 2-point defective vehicle and have both of the remaining charges against you dismissed?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you watch the advisement of rights video?
No.
You didn't see the advisement of rights video? Okay, on the
Or
link that you used to sign up for this, you're going to see a square that looks like a judge. You need to click on that, and it's an advisement of rights video, okay?
okay.
Go ahead and watch that video, and then I'll recall your case after I think you're done with the video, okay?
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Melissa Arredondo, if you would come to station number 2, it's the lectern right in the middle. Good afternoon. All right, the city attorney is agreeing to set aside the default that entered when you failed to appear, or when the person who got the ticket failed to appear. He's also asking me to dismiss this case. So I'm setting aside the default. I'm dismissing this case. When you go to the windows in the lobby to see my clerks, they'll give you a copy of the order of dismissal. We've probably already sent the default information to DMV, so we'll go ahead and correct it so that it doesn't appear on your record anymore. Right. Right. So they'll take care of giving you the clearance information. Okay? So. Yeah, and I don't have an answer for you on that. See, the only thing I deal with is the case that's in front of me. I've set aside the default. I've ordered that the default be vacated and cleared, and then enter the dismissal against you. So for my purposes, that's all I can do. In terms of the investigation of who used your name, that's up to the police. Okay? Uh-huh. All right. Stacy Stropus, if you would go ahead and unmute your device. Good afternoon.
Hello, Your Honor.
All right. The attorney, Mr. Zarlingo, that I appointed to represent you, evidently had some type of an emergency. I don't know, has he contacted you this afternoon?
He did.
Okay, yeah, you have to answer out loud because my recording won't pick up nodding. He's asked that the matter be set over to August 18th or August 25th, both in a couple of weeks. Are you available on either one of those dates?
Are they a Wednesday or Thursday?
August 25th is a Wednesday, and I actually think that day's better because I was told earlier that the 18th was packed up. So let's do August 25th at 1:15. Okay?
Okay. Yep, that sounds good.
My clerks will send you an email notice as a reminder of the new court date and time. Okay?
Okay, great.
All right, you can go ahead and leave the meeting. Keep an eye out for that email.
Thank you so much.
Uh-huh. For some reason, Carmen gave me a note last week that said the 18th is really busy. So why would she give me that note? I'll see if I can find it. She gave me a note that said, don't set anymore. Oh, is it the 19th that's really busy? Okay. Is that defendant's other, or Paul's other one? Is Dakota Joslin on Zoom? Dakota Joslin? She's 012. Ms. Joslin, could you unmute your device, please? Ms. Joslin?
Yes, I'm sorry. It's hard to hear you, kind of.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. Okay, Mr. Zarlingo, the attorney that I appointed to represent you, had some type of emergency come up this afternoon, so he's unable to attend. Are you available on August 25th for a pretrial?
Yes.
All right, we're going to reset your case to August 25th at 1:15. My clerks will send you an email reminder notice of the new court date and time, okay?
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Okay. You can go ahead and leave the meeting.
Thank you.
He should have, Adam should have written them on these. Mm-hmm. Yep. No fees or anything because the default is being vacated and the case is being dismissed. I forgot to move the chair. Ms. Rodriguez, go ahead and unmute your device when you've finished watching the video.
Okay.
Have you finished
I
watching
already
it?
did. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay, good. All right. Then I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of driving a defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, the city attorney will dismiss both of the original charges from July 5th of 2021 at 11:44 at night in the area of 101st and Highway 2 here in Commerce City. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today, by pleading guilty to this reduced charge?
Yes.
Okay, you've just finished watching the advisement of rights. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving all of those rights that I advised you of in that video?
Yeah.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will?
No.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No.
Then to the added reduced charge of driving a defective vehicle, a 2-point violation on July 5th of 2021 here in Commerce City, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty?
I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
No.
All right, there's nothing in aggravation on your driving record. Your schedule fine's $120. I'm going to reduce your fine to $80 plus surcharges plus court costs. When you leave the meeting, my clerks are going to reach out to you by email. They'll tell you what the total is, and if you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan for you. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so when you leave the meeting, just keep an eye out for that email. It'll either come later today or tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
All right, you can go ahead and leave the meeting now.
All right. Thank you.
tell them that you're gonna call them back. Donovan, go ahead and have you and your mom come up to station number 3. Good afternoon. Okay, I have a document that alleges that on May 19th of 2021 at about 3:30 in the afternoon, from the area of 5990 Dahlia Street, that's the Walmart store located here in Commerce City, it's alleged that you committed the offense of theft. You understand what you're accused of doing? You need to answer out loud. Yes. Thank you. The city attorney said that he reviewed the elements of the charge with you. In other words, he explained what he would have to prove in order for you to be found guilty of this offense. Did he go over those elements with you? Yes. Okay. He also says that you and he have worked out an agreement that we're going to set this for a new court date. Between now and then, if you complete 24 hours of use of public service, a petty theft class, stay out of the Walmart, and commit no new law violations, when you come back, if everything is in order, I can dismiss this case. Is this how you wish to resolve your case? Yes. Did you watch the advisement of rights video? Yes. Are you his mother?
Yes, I am. On your advisement.
Okay. And do you understand the original charge filed against your son?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you understand what the city attorney is offering your son in an effort to resolve this case?
Yes, I do. I just only have one slight objection. You told me that my son would have to wait for me outside of the Commerce City or whatever, the Walmart, because I work with a national marketing firm, and I set up displays and things like that, and he does the heavy lifting for me when I'm not on a good day, so I'll figure it out.
You're going to have to, because I'm not going to let him go back into that store again. And neither are they. If he goes inside, they're going to charge him with trespass.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
But I can go to do my job. Okay.
Sure. No, that's fine, because you're not accused of doing anything wrong. Okay. Do you agree that Donovan is acting in his best interest by accepting this resolution to his case?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Another thing you ought to understand, if he does everything and I dismiss this case, because of his age on the date of the offense, I will expunge it from his juvenile record. So it's not only dismissed, it's cleared. Okay? It's sealing it, so that only judges and law enforcement can see it. But he's got to get everything done on time so that I enter that order. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right. Donovan, when you and your mother go to the windows in the lobby and see my clerks, they're going to give you the notice of the new court date. It's going to be out about 6 or 7 weeks, that way you have plenty of time to get everything done. They're going to give you the referral to the people that put on the class. It's important that you contact those people right away, because those classes fill up, and you want to make sure he gets one scheduled and done that's before the next court date. When you finish, they're going to give you a certificate of completion. It's your responsibility to bring that certificate of completion with you when you come back. My clerks are also going to get you the form that we use for community service. You can do the community service anywhere. It does not need to be done in Commerce City. Find some place close to where you live and do it there. The key is, though, the only requirement that I make is that the place that you do the community service must be a legitimate nonprofit agency. Make sure they're a legitimate nonprofit. If you attend a church, have them do it at your church. If you can do it at school, do it at school. Animal shelters, Goodwill, Salvation Army. Find a place. Food banks are the best place to get it done. I'm sorry?
Because usually they have a 503C or don't have.
Right. It's a 503C. Any nonprofit agency. Make sure that the place you pick is one of those. Do the work, have them fill out the form, bring that back with you. Then the rest is easy. Stay out of the Walmart, stay out of trouble. Everything's in order when you come back. I completely dismiss the case. Do you have any questions on it? Do you have any questions?
No.
And I'm talking no cost. There's not going to be fines, court costs, or anything. The only thing that's going to cost you any money is the class. Okay?
Yes.
All right. If you don't have any other questions, go to the windows in the lobby. See my clerk. They'll give you all the paperwork you need to get this accomplished. Okay?
Thank you. You have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay.